Gonna wait for people to start popping in. Let's see. Let's grab some things off the shelf. Let's see. Hello? Someone in the chat? Oh, there's 16 people. Wow, okay, cool. Alright. Hello. I was gonna wait for people to arrive. I don't do many of these live streams, but I was thinking about some books I've been reading. Streaming this late, I don't know, I just kind of felt like it. This might be a short stream. Not sure how short, but we'll see. Nope, you're not bugging me at all. This stream is going to be about sci-fi stuff. I wanted to kind of talk about some books. So I will go ahead and head on into that. So right now, I'm reading a kind of a classic in science fiction, but Foundation and Empire. This is a reread. I read this like 10 years ago. Foundation and the Foundation series has been turned into a TV series through Apple TV. I watched the first season, and I did like the TV series because it was a different take on the characters. They fleshed out the characters a lot more than Isaac Asimov does. Isaac Asimov is more like expositional. Don't tell me why my thing is just like an AI. It's my eye color. What's the color of your eye? Can I go through what the book is about later? Yes, I'm gonna go through it in like a minute maybe. I have no idea. We'll see. But yeah, I'm reading this one. I do have a couple others that I'm planning to get to another reread for myself. Yes, I am. I'll read the whole thing. And then there's also War of the Worlds. This is going to be another reread, but I'm not on this one yet. I have to get through this book first. But nice, DJ. I see. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Everyone should indeed like the stream. Yes, everyone should. Yes. Let me go check and see what my battery's at. 37%. Should be able to go for a little bit. Hey, Brian. Do I support furries? Um, if you want to be a furry, go for it. Live your dreams. You only get them once. Yeah, I forget it is Friday. Let's see. What's the other one? Oh, it's another book that's nearby. This one's also. Um, I am not a furry, but I just if people want to be furries, they should absolutely go be furries. Anyways, this is another kind of sci-fi book. I'm not really sharing a lot of these. I'm just kind of sharing some books. The last time I read this one was a while ago. It was like 10 years ago. I don't remember. This book's kind of crazy. I am definitely going to need to reread this one in the future because I'm not sure exactly what was happening by the middle of it, but I did read through it and I got to reread it. So, um, Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. Never actually read them. Let me see what else. Oh, this one. This is another H.G. Wells book, but this is When the Sleeper Wakes. Thanks, Tasha. And then, let's see. Um, oh, I'll grab a few more. Hold on. Let's see. So I technically have a bunch of H.G. Wells books that I've read. Let's see. A good book can be read several times in our lives. That much is true, yes. Um, Luckily, H.G. Wells books are short enough to reread multiple times in the first read through. um, I want to say I read The Time Machine 3 or 4 times. I don't know. Reread The Island of Dr. Moreau a couple times. I've only read this one once, but I did read The War of the Worlds 3 times too. And I need to eventually get to this one because this one was new for me. I didn't realize you put out a book like this one, so. Do I have a dog? No, I do not. But I love dogs. Dogs are my favorite animals. So. Honestly, I'm fascinated by how differently it can be reimagined too. But I'm also I would like for them to do a more retro throwback of War of the Worlds eventually, because I feel like with like the way special effects are, they could really pull off the more like instantaneous steam blaster bolt effects that H.G. Wells describes. And I think that would also get the story across a little bit more easily. Because they keep doing like the more contemporary renditions and it just doesn't land. Or at least doesn't land as much as I want them to. Yeah, World of Worlds Retro, kind of like how they did the Fantastic Four recently. What's my favorite book of all time? That's a bit of a tricky one. I have no idea. Um, I don't really. I mean, I read a decent amount, but I don't read as much as I would like. Um, hmm. I did like The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Uh, but I'd probably just circle back around to Foundation. Yeah, because I read Foundation and Empire. Well, read Foundation and Empire. I read Foundation and Empire when I was in high school, and kind of got me into it. I didn't like it when I first read it in high school, but when I left high school and read it, after I didn't have to do any stupid classroom presentations, it got better to read. So, yeah, definitely appreciating this rereading of it. I think I'm liking it more now, but yeah. Also, there's another book that I got recently as well. A Country of Ghosts. I need to eventually go read through this one, um, but it seems dark and ominous, and I like that. Maybe it isn't as dark and ominous as I think it is, but we'll see. Well, plus the social questions have more. There's more interpretation to the social questions, and I think those are fun to kind of think about. Um, there isn't really much to interpret with laws of robotics, and I don't even really think that. I don't think they were written to be like hard sci-fi. It was mostly just written just to be written down. Oh, there's also this one. Yeah, it's probably it'd be nice to figure out how to explore other star systems if we ever manage to get there. Preferably we do, because this species, I don't know, history doesn't show a good track record of that one, but we'll see. Oh, speaking of expansion across the stars, though, going interstellar. I've read some of the stories in here, including Lucy. Uh, in this one, in Lucy, they actually sent out a one, I think AI oriented or AI controlled spaceship to go and find another AI controlled spaceship that kills its signal. I think out by Neptune. I think I need to reread that part, but it gets there and it explains that in order to get us as humans to get out to interstellar space, we need to be enticed to go do that. So both of them kill their signals at the end, and they wait to send another AI powered spaceship because it would scare us. Like if we sent something out there and the power went out in the middle of its voyage, what would we do? You know, I thought it was a cool question. Well, yeah, but I don't really think the sun would explode anytime soon. Um, yeah, we're mostly on a human timeline or a biological time scale. I think there's another story in here. Let's see what the other one that I actually liked. Um, I don't know. They're always trying to return to Earth, yeah. Be better if we just see Earth as like a launch pad, maybe. Who knows? Let's see. Um, I had something I was gonna say. It completely escaped me and went somewhere else. You know, they also kind of play with that same idea in the Bethesda game Starfield. Bethesda pulls from a lot of classic science fiction in Starfield too, so which I think kind of makes it easier to give it the more space setting and atmosphere because yeah, you subbed. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I'll live stream for about 5 to 10 more minutes, and after that, I'll probably switch off, but I'll definitely plan more of these. I mean, not only is it a tough genre for Bethesda, but I don't know. I mean, I can't play Starfield right now. I'm without the console, but when I didn't mind playing Starfield. Like Starfield itself was actually decent. Yeah, to be authentic, yeah, yeah, because Starfield itself is actually a decent game, and I don't mind the loading screens. Like I knew going into playing that there was going to be loading screens between planets and space and whatnot. It's a Bethesda game. Everything's going to be a loading screen in some way. But I don't know. I was just happy they decided to put Skyrim in space. That was really fun to go pull off. So you really have to know what you're like waiting for, though. Also, no one can get that like clanky, clunky Bethesda gaming feel. Like, yeah. There's also No Man's Sky. There's what is it? Elite Dangerous. Star Citizen might be pretty good too. See, but Star Citizen would probably be better. But again, it can't get that just that homemade Bethesda clunkiness. Like every Bethesda game should since Skyrim, because Skyrim is like the pinnacle, and then it shouldn't do any better. But then it's just that same return, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of a loop. Who knows? They definitely fixed No Man's Sky. Yeah, it got way better, and it got a lot more fun with a lot more different with a lot different things to do. So always pulling defeat from the jaws of victory. Gosh, that was something else. Yeah. Let's see what else. I don't know. I have a lot of. Oh, here. Hold on. This one's a little bit more space oriented, but this one's nice. The origin of the universe. Yay, followed as a hit on Amazon, but no game to go with it for years. That. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some truth to that one with like they'll release the show and then not release a game. I don't know how much of this is them just taking their time though or them just procrastinating though because it seems like Bethesda will take all of its time to make games and it'll just take like a decade and a half to get anywhere with anything they're trying to do. That's the crazy part for me. I mean, how many times have they re-released Skyrim? There's a running meme where this dude time travels into the future, looks at a post, looks out at, and says, "What year is it?" Then looks at a poster and it says, "New release, Skyrim," and he says again, "What year is it?" So we're probably gonna get Starfield remastered before we get anything else. What's the other one? Oh, Fallout. Yeah. IG speaking English, Indonesia. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. We don't always get it. We don't get a bunch of great games. We just get one every few years. I know that happened with Zelda too, Breath of the Wild, and then Tears of the Kingdom. Although Tears of the Kingdom was very similar to Breath of the Wild, I still like both. And I don't feel like they were the same game. They were definitely different games. It was just changing landscape. I seriously don't know how they're gonna top Tears of the Kingdom though, because that art style just worked for the game. And hopefully they don't go after something grittier. I don't want them to turn it into some Bethesda light. I would also still rather have it. They take their time anyways. I don't want them to rush projects either. Because if they rush the whole experience, it doesn't really go well either. I think this is part of the issue with Starfield, although admittedly Starfield had to get shipped out at some point. But yeah. I have not played Baldur's Gate 3. Or I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 yet. So is that what they did to the game? Gosh. Oh wow. This book is filled with dust on the cover. It's crazy. Yeah, that's probably the biggest struggle with these bigger gaming companies. That's also why I think No Man's Sky worked so much better because even though it didn't start out the greatest upon release, with all the updates and all the improvements that they've been able to put in, it plays like a totally different, more diverse game. And, it doesn't like need to be held back by any big oversight CEO or shareholder or whatever. Yeah, I like the electronic stuff. I'm trying to do more of that. All right, now I'm taking a bit of a break from music. I don't know. It's the half of me that's also. Oh yeah, definitely let it get. No Man's Sky get built out. Yeah, when it comes to the music, I'm either like really on top of it or I'm just lazy as shit. So it really just depends on what exactly is going to be done eventually. Because it doesn't get done without me putting it all together. The joys of being solo. I'll be going for about a couple more minutes to like 32 minutes. Then I'm gonna head off. And honestly, I have never found perfect conditions to share whatever I'm working on. Anytime I've ever worked on music and writing the most, and that's probably why it's actually going a lot better now, and it probably will just go the way it is anyways. Whether my life has been good or bad, I've always been working on it, and life was always hell regardless. So it's like whatever. I don't think you'll ever find the perfect conditions to show off art because even then, when you show off art and show off anything creative, the first response is probably a good old raised eyebrow and just like, what are you working on? So, yeah. Only the crops are planted at the gates of Narnia. So whether or not that gate opens, it's not your choice. It's not entirely your choice all the time. So I don't know. It's just I guess it just depends. Where do you teach at, if you don't mind me asking? You too. You too. Yeah. I feel like you could be a really good itinerant poet who, if you like do the lecture thing, but you like go off on these long-winded rants in like very large public spaces. Like if you just started talking at people about the artistic process in the middle of like a plaza, that'd be interesting. Probably not. People would probably run away or flee the scene, but there are times where I do read like I guess like poetry manifestos from like T.S. Eliot and Louise Glick and let's see, there's another one. I think there's one writing poetry in the dark. Oh yeah. I think about those readings and I read them and I'm just like, you know, if somebody just screamed these things at me, they might click a little bit better, but I might find them crazy and I might walk away. Who knows? I don't know. Nice, nice. Yeah, gotta let the energy out. Yeah. Anyways, um, I'm gonna head out because it is late at night, and that's probably the thing though, is that reading some of the essays are they can be very dense, but they just to see they're fun for me to read, but I don't know if they'd be fun for someone else to read. And I always have to keep that in mind or check myself. I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, would they find this interesting? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna head out. So see you, everybody. Um, it was nice to do this short little live stream. Thanks for checking in as well, Brian. Since I know you from the whole SFPA business, but empathy, but we don't overdo it. I don't even know. Sometimes I'm too tired for that. Anyways, see ya. Um, let's see. Do I do this? Yeah, let's do this. Who cares? There you go. I am. I'm getting sleep right now.